I'm really excited because most of the ad tech and media companies have already released their social media marketing trends reports for 2024. I honestly keep waiting for this time of the year, and I spent a lot of time reading these reports just to be prepared for the next year. And I'm almost proud to say that I have finished 13 reports, which is more than 300 pages. And in this video, I'm going to give you the top 10 trends from these surveys and reports, some actionable insights, and my take on all these stats. But if you're willing to go through all these reports yourself and this presentation as well, I'll put it on our website where you can download it, and the link is in the description below. Okay, the first one is post timing and frequency is not a myth. Marketing managers or social media marketing managers who did test posting on different times, what they said is there was a 31% drop in organic post reach when published during the worst time when compared to the average reach per post. And out of all the respondents who had done these tests, they were asked what is the best time to post for you, and they actually mentioned different timings for different platforms. For example, YouTube, it's 6 to 9 p.m. LinkedIn, I think the morning hours work better as well. So if you ask me, I would say 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. is a good time to post. Honestly, on YouTube, post time does not matter as far as it's educational video or long tail video. The second one is it's a creator's world. We are just scrolling in it. A lot of companies have highlighted the fact that influencer partnerships and UGC type content works for them. Under 12% users trust the brand if they have seen an influencer mentioning it, either in organic or paid content, which might mean twice the sales. If you know MKBHD, who's a tech reviewer, he posted a video about the worst EV car of the year or something, and that brand Fisker stock dropped 49%, which kind of makes it evident that voice of influencers is important as well. 27% of the marketing budget will go towards creating organic content, 22% will go to creating paid media content, and 18% will go to influencer creator partnerships. And the trend, if you see here, is this used to be less than 10% creating paid content because it was statics or animated graphics. Now you have to hire talent, you have to do UGC style videos, people talking in the ads as well. That's why this budget has spiked since last year. That means a lot more companies are spending on influencer marketing and partnerships. Honestly, even me, I've been doing YouTube for 3 years. Before, some of my videos wouldn't be sponsored by anyone. Now I have more sponsorship offers than I have videos. All these social media marketing managers of these big brands across the globe were asked what are the primary goals of working with influencers. 33% said increase brand awareness and reach new audiences. It's our first goal. The second goal overall among all the surveys was improve brand reputation. This leads us to our third point, which is AI marketing is off probation and officially on the team. 71% of social media marketers said they use AI tools. I didn't know, honestly. I thought maybe 50% actively use it, maybe 40% would actively use it, and 6% use it to write content, 18% to draft content, 45% for ideas and inspiration, to create outlines, 31%. I kind of use it in the same way, like the same proportions. But honestly, AI adoption is increasing. I have even a course on AI marketing on ChatGPT for marketers, and in that course I mentioned this adoption is going to be very, very fast. I just use ChatGPT mostly, and it does 80% of my work, whatever I'm doing. Compared to the last year, 95% more people use it for this task this year, and 180% growth in edit and modify images, which I'm not again very surprised in because I honestly tested one of the thumbnails completely created by AI, and it is one of the videos, top 5 videos with the highest CTR. There was another survey done on posting frequency, and 1580 out of these 3800 people who filled the survey, they grew their social media pages 41% in last year, which is huge. If you are talking about established companies growing at 41% in 1 year is huge. So they are talented. What they said basically is on Instagram, you need to post 3 to 5 times a week. Instagram stories twice a day, Facebook 1 to 2 times a day, X 2 to 3 times a day, LinkedIn 1 to 2 times a day, Threads 2 to 3 times a day, TikTok 3 to 5 times a week. TikTok, I would say 5 to 7 times, honestly. So when you need such kind of scale in posting frequency on each platform, here I want to say a big thank you to the sponsor of this video, which is SEMrush. I specifically want to talk about one of the apps that's available in their app center, which is Ad Creative. Ad Creative is the most used AI tool in advertising. Go to Ad Creative, pretty straightforward. You click on generate and it gives you an option. What do you want to do? You can create ad creatives, product photo ads, stock images. You can generate ad text, You can generate ad videos, social creatives, ad package, batch creatives, storytelling ads, fashion photo shoots, custom templates, and a lot more. Let's say I go to ad creatives. I choose what size I want. You just add your website, it'll automatically pull what product you have. You can either agree and click on save and generate, or you can change anything you want, and that's it. So if you see here, it gives me a lot of options to use from. So it literally did it in less than 5 minutes, and it used to take a week before with the designers and everything. If you click on the first link in the description below, it'll give you a 3-day free trial of Ad Creative in SEMrush App Center. So this leads us to our fourth point, which is social platforms continuously change positions. And this is a very interesting section. So HubSpot asked all their clients last year and this year the same question, which is like, which social platform does your brand use? Top 10. Only 23% of B2B clients said they use TikTok, but B2C 39%, which is quite obvious. And when it comes to LinkedIn, more B2B companies are using it, which is 38% compared to 31% to B2C. But one more interesting stat to look here is YouTube. A few years ago, if you look at these numbers, they wouldn't be even comparable to Facebook and Instagram. But now YouTube is growing, and a lot of companies are trying to leverage YouTube as one of their content channels. 81% marketers agreed that short form delivers strong ROI, but long form provides sustainable growth, which I found in a lot of reports. When it comes to paid media advertising, short form takes a lead. When it comes to long form content platforms like YouTube, organically, they are the ones which deliver sustainable growth. These people were asked, which social media platform offers the highest ROI for you? What are the top 5? And the same question was asked last year and this year. And if you see that, what I mentioned before, YouTube, last year, only 14% said that YouTube is one of the top 5 platforms that provides better ROI for us. But within a year now, if you see in 2024, the same advertisers said 25% of them said that YouTube is one of the top platforms when it comes to ROI. Google has improved a lot in the last 5 years when it comes to YouTube advertising. Everyone has access to their affinity audiences, in-market audiences, the different kind of custom audiences you can create. And the same people were asked which social media advertising platform has the best audience targeting tools, and 27% said YouTube, Facebook 26%, Instagram 19%, TikTok only 12%, but TikTok targeting capabilities have improved a lot as well, and their algorithm is very strong. Which leads us to the fifth point, which is consumers have almost embraced social media shopping. This one I was a bit shocked as well. If you see, 1 of the 4 social media users bought a product directly within social media apps in the last 3 months. And of course, one of the reasons is the TikTok shop, the Facebook or Meta shops available for all the brands now. And honestly, in this space, there's been a lot of development. Like one of the companies I was working for recently, I was kind of leading the collaborative ads. I was taking it as a side project in the beginning, and at one point it grew so much that I had to involve other people just on this particular project. 7 in 10 social media marketers say they have an employee responsible for managing social commerce. And one more report suggested from TechCrunch that TikTok plans to grow TikTok shops in US alone in 2024 by 17.5 billion. It leads us to our sixth point, which is consumers take their search to Reddit or TikTok before Google. 4 in 5 consumers search for reviews and product suggestions on social media like Reddit, TikTok, etc. There was an interesting case study about a company. There was some kind of a brush for curly hair that went viral on TikTok, and one company leveraged on it, and they were kind of the top result if you go to TikTok and you search for curly hair brush, and they got millions in sales. 21% consumers use social media as the first channel to find answers to what they are looking for. And this happens with me as well. Honestly, I was trying to change my coffee machine just last week, and I went to TikTok and Instagram to look for new Nespresso machines, and I was looking for reviews and things like that, even on YouTube. And then 31% marketers have already started upskilling or hiring AI search resources. This leads us to our seventh point, which is social is a preferred customer service channel. A survey was done, and 71% of Gen Z prefer WhatsApp and other messenger apps as the channel for customer service. And if your brand, product, or service needs a lot of customer service, then you should look at these channels if you haven't already. This leads us to our eighth point, which is memes and trendy content is outperforming highly produced product-focused content. A lot of marketers were asked which type of social media content has resulted in the biggest ROI for your brand. And 24% said it was the funny content. 18% said relatable content, which is again something trending. And then 12% said interactive content and rest of them. And 10% said educational information content. Of course, if you're working for a consulting firm, let's say a real estate agency or someone who helps to set up businesses for other companies, this kind of content works. Even in my case, I use YouTube as a content marketing channel to sell my courses. Brand value is still 9%, but product focused is not even in the list. 58% of the people reported unfollowing brand pages if they only post product focused content. Even honestly, I would do that. If I'm following a page and I see they only talk about their product, I'll unfollow them. So it basically is the same thing which I mentioned in one of the recent videos. Brands need to be social. They don't need to do social. This leads us to our ninth point, which is most common brand sins. And this is very, very interesting. So people were asked, what caused you to unfollow or hide a brand in the last 12 months from your feed? 63% said angling for metrics. When you understand that this brand is posting and they're saying comment to get this PDF or whatever, and you know that because they want to increase their engagement rate, that's why they're posting this kind of content. 63% said we unfollowed or hide them from our feed. 68% said when a brand does repetitive content, which is quite obvious. 68% boring content, which is very subjective. 68% said inauthentic content, and 76% said if it's a clickbait content, we unfollowed or we hide them from our feed, which is very, very important. Clickbait does not work anymore. And the highest unfollow comes from 54% comes from posting clickbait. This is the first thing I'll take from this report and say, okay, you know what? Our brand does not need to do any of this. Which leads us to our 10th point, which is C for cookies. It's been a very hot topic since, I think, few years, since iOS 14.5 update, and then Google saying they're going cookieless, which they postponed several times. 95% marketers are impacted after iOS 14.5 update and are not yet back to the pre-14.5 update era of reporting efficiency and transparency. So, of course, Facebook and other companies, they came with server-to-server integration and a lot of other things. There were platforms that came up with their own solutions. But again, 95% still feel like somewhere there's a problem in the reporting efficiency. And they were asked, is your company working on a plan to approach cookie-free targeting? 12% said not sure. 47% said yes, because this kind of died down a bit. 2 years ago, this would have been 70%. 87% marketers have implemented email automation solutions. Email marketing had a ROAS of 36 in 2023, which means if you spend $1 on email marketing, you made 36. Now, of course, the numbers are inflated because in email marketing, which is kind of essentially free channel, you only pay for the tools as far as you have the email IDs. That's why the ROAS is high, but this again is a very, very efficient channel. So it's kind of, you have your own data, you gather your own data. This is one of the solutions for this problem. And that's all the interesting facts. Honestly, I could find it in these 300 pages. I hope you liked it. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.